Alrighty, so you might be wondering, what did Steve do after he left Cleetus and the broken mullet? Well, I'm going to show you in this video. But also, coming up in the future video next week, I'm a little behind because I had to go help Cleetus, and what you're going to find out in this video, helping Alan Whitaker in his super awesome, super heavy, 4,200 pound, 6-second drag radial Monte Carlo. That thing is awesome. With an SMX, of course. You're going to see, upcoming video, we're going to do a dueling battle of single 144 millimeter turbo SMX. And over here, we have the supercharger off right now because we're finishing buttoning stuff up. 144 millimeter Pro Charger SMX. So turbo SMX, same size turbo, same size blower. Ooh, which one? That's gonna be really neat. What I have been doing in all of my YouTube career here, I guess you could say, is I want to show people everything. Now, most engine builders, in fact, every engine builder I know, only shows you the highlight reel, only shows you the good stuff. You never see anything that happens that goes wrong. You never see anything. With me, in Steve Morse Engines, I want to show you everything because I'm trying to help you learn and show you this is what happens on big horsepower stuff, middle horsepower stuff, even low horsepower stuff, and get you accustomed and educated on how to maintain things, how to do things, how things happen, how things affect engines like this. You run your mom's Toyota Camry out of fuel, doesn't care. It doesn't bother it. You run this thing out of fuel at wide open throttle going down track, it's gonna get hurt. Period. It will. Period. Any engine of this caliber, if you ran it out of fuel at wide open throttle going down track, it will get hurt. So that's just one of the for instances. So let's get back to the video. Got lots of cool stuff coming up. Oh, including, I'm hoping next week, we're behind because I've been helping Garrett, obviously, and helping others. We hear the CNC machine running back there. But be having Cleetus's OG big block, the original big block Chevrolet for mullet, on the engine dyno. So we're doing the whole build up, covering that thing with dyno, hopefully next week, and these things, the dueling SMXs next week. Let's get to the video.
When you buy Steve Morse engine, you get a Steve Morse. You just add water and poof, he's here if you have engine trouble. It's just that easy.
Instant Steve.
Instant Steve.
Like a ramen noodle. It's not your mother's Toyota Camry. It's a 4,500 horsepower engine. Sometimes they have problems. I wish I would have brought my car. Well, this is par for the course. Just left Cleetus to go work with Alan Whitaker on his and go hang out with him. And lo and behold, that's what you call a blowout on a brand new tire. I think I ran over something or something happened here. Because, I mean, it is completely, I don't know, it is completely blown out. There's nothing there. So I'm not sure what the heck is going on there. But I gave a call. I'm 20 miles away from, 20 miles away from the hotel. And so I am now just waiting for somebody to come pick me up. So, not sure who's coming to pick me up. But I'll make sure that I get them on camera. And all right, trailer in hand. Jason Morris of all names. Jason came to pick us up, and local here to the Cedar Rapids area. Thankfully, came and got us, me, get this thing started up and drive it into the trailer. Alrighty, in the trailer. That was quick. Jason's up front, strapping down. close up the back here. And we are ready to roll. Alrighty, here unloaded. Cedar Springs, 3 o'clock in the morning. That tire is so blowed up. It's amazing. And it didn't tear any of my molding off, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Rim's okay too.
Yeah, the rim looks okay. Hopefully it's all good. It's all new. So, anyways, thank you so much.
No problem.
For all.
Betcha.
Could not have, well, I'd probably still be sitting out there since I called 5 wreckers and nobody had any drivers to come pick me up. Take that off. Although they're pretty, cops are pretty on it. It wasn't even sitting there for more than a couple hours and they already tagged it. Don't forget, upcoming next week, the OG Big Block Chevrolet for Cleetus and Mullet. So we already got block work done. You can see here what's going on with the block, the cylinder head, clearancing for a stroke, everything that's going on there, and then finishing up the cylinder heads. You can see here on the finished product, looks pretty darn nice. So remember, next week, the OG Mullet Big Block Chevrolet, we're gonna run it across the dyno too. So make sure you come back for that before we send this thing back to Cleetus.
Just wipe it out, it'll be fine. You can lay on a towel.
You're always good for an interview under a car, Alan.
Well, that's because I'm always under a car. I mean, you don't have to look far who's going to have a cavity when their daddy owns a candy shop now, do you? Well, like socks on a rooster, I just can't quit working on old Greenie. I think I hurt number 2 ring on number 3 piston again. I've got this stupid tune-up idea in my mind, and I make boo-boos. We ran fast. It smoked a little bit, so I don't know, 10 o'clock at night I decided EGTs are a little too high. It's my own fault, so I'm gonna pull the cylinder head and look at some piston rings and make sure I don't have anything messed up for tomorrow. Doug Cook and I's got a $10 bet, and I'm gonna spend another $20,000 not to lose $10 to Doug Cook. That's all I'm telling you. Oh God, this is fun. And I get to hang out with my buddies and have adult beverages. I think we're having lemonade and cider, and we're just hanging out in a parking lot in Iowa working on Greenie. So it don't get any better than this, boys, on a Tuesday night. I've got an extra set of rings and 9 pistons and rods, and I'm not scared to use them, folks. And it's fun, what the heck. When you buy a Steve Morris engine, you get a Steve Morris. You just add water and poof, he's here if you have engine trouble. It's just that easy.
Instant Steve.
Instant Steve.
Like a ramen noodle.
That was cool.
Well, we just dropped off the wagon, and now we're over here helping Alan, who I was going to be helping 3.5 hours ago. But now we're just helping button up the final stuff. We'll talk about this one in the morning. I'll let Alan talk about it, but right now we're just going to finish this up. So we probably got another half hour left to go, and then we'll probably fire it up, make sure it's okay, drop it on the ground, go to sleep for like 2 hours, and do it all over again. It's awesome, isn't it? That's really bright in there. It's like you're not gonna not see anything. You'll see everything. Yeah, it's only 4 o'clock a.m. Well, it's like 2 whole hours to sleep.
Do what?
2 whole hours to sleep.
I was gonna leave at 5. I'll get an hour of sleep.
Hour of sleep. That's right.
I don't need that to beat Doug Cook. I mean, that's just all there is. An hour of sleep. I mean, if you don't want to go 6s, I guess I'll have to do another 6 tomorrow.
Yeah. He's not in your glass.
I know, but I've just been.
He's just spitting it, yeah. All right. But let's wrap this up. Put it on the ground. Alrighty, got a ride from Tom. It's 6:30 a.m. Whole whopping, I don't know, hour and a half of sleep or something like that. And they dropped me off at Discount Tire. I'm gonna wait for these guys to open. And now you can really see, like, what the heck? It is just a massive explosion there. Look at that. It is, there's still, looks like it's still on the bead on the inside. Still on the bead on the outside. Doesn't look like it screwed up the outside of the wheel. So I think it's still on the bead back there. It just blew that thing up. So, anyways, I'm just gonna wait here till somebody opens up. Alrighty, up in the air. They actually have the tires, same size tire in stock. So that's gonna be cool. Get this thing rolling, going, head out to the track.
Smoke them if you got them. Cigars, cigarillos, and cigarettes. So we're hoping it was a residual oil left in the intake. I was tired last night, forgot to clean it out. So I figured a 750, 760 pass would clean it out. And if it doesn't, maybe a 3 or 4 hour drive tonight to clean it out. Check the data, pull some plugs, see what we got going on, and make adjustments. This is our 3rd day of doing this. I'm having a ball. I ain't got nothing to work on tonight, so no El Presidente margaritas unless we got pistons to change. Last night, Alan pulled a piston out of here and to look at it and put a ring in it, and I think he grabbed the wrong one. I think he grabbed, it needed to be number 5, and he grabbed number 3 and put a new ring on number 3, and I think it's not, and obviously it's number 5. It's that one. So, anyways, it oils like a freaking freight train. It's not broke. It ain't none of that kind of bull crap. It is, what would you call it? It's not broke. It's just not right.
It's sick, but not in a sick way.
Yeah, it's sick, not in a sick way. It's sick and it's savvy.
There was a lot of smoke puffing out of it.
Oh my gosh. This was oiled up like nobody's. This was oiled up worse than the wagon was oiled up last year when I did pretty much probably what the exact same thing is. So we're actually just about all ready. I'm just gonna take the head bolts off this thing, and this thing's ready to come off. And then we'll take the oil pan off, push up that number 5 rod. The number 5 hole is oily, the rest of the holes are dry. And it's either got a pinch ring land, and that just usually comes from, there's a little problem in a tune-up, something's going on, it's picking on that hole, or some kind of little problem. That's what I thought happened with number 3 last night, but it was actually number 5. And we'll have to go into the tune and see why it's picking on that hole. Not quite sure yet, but it's common, unfortunately. It's not your mother's Toyota Camry. It's a 4,500 horsepower engine. Sometimes they have problems.
It's $10 to go over here, man. In a helmet. We get a helmet. Are they in a helmet?
I'm holding it up for you. Sitting there.
This one with the oil in it, it's problematic. But it's all of them have oil because it cross contaminates because of overlap cycle. So and that one's definitely wet, and the pistons doesn't look burned up. That little piston right there is your problem child. So it's probably might have just pinched the ringland, or it might have. Well, we'll see here in a minute. So we need to get the oil pan off, all right? So it's my tagline. It's sometimes life gets hard, and then it gets harder, and then it gets harder, but then it gets better. It's all right. There you go. Okay. This broken. There you go. So that piece of piston right there gets broken, and then it can't control the oil ring and the second ring, so it turns into a little oil pump. So that is what's going on there, and that is something. If you go to my videos on Steve Morris engines, I'm just plugging myself. Steve Morris engines. I actually have the video on the revision 2 of these pistons that helps take care of that problem. And it's just a power issue. If it didn't make any horsepower, it would never happen. But we've been making that better. So we're just gonna put a piston there.
Need a heavier car, don't we? That sure helps.
Yeah, we should lug in the engine more. Would probably help.
Well, that's when I was taking it off in second gear instead of first too. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was killing the gear ratio.
Yeah.
So less gear ratio, more weight, more stress.
I think we're gonna pull these other pistons out. Double check. Because I have the feeling we should just do it and check it. And if you don't do what your conscience tells you to do, screwed. So we're just gonna do that because my conscience told me last night that it's like, hey, probably ought to tell Alan to check all those pistons. And I go, no, that's all right. It's fine. No, it wasn't fine.
So it's a second chance for your
the wrong one.
conscience.
That's right.
Your conscience gets a new chance today.
A new chance today. It's on. It'll be good. So we took out all the pistons. This is number 7 piston. So we've already got the other ones reinstalled back in. The pistons were fine. You can see here the ringland is, follow my finger, ringland is very nice. Actually this one's really nice. Obviously no breaks, no cracks, no nothing. Very light scuffing here. You know what? It happens. And then rings are nice, rings look good, everything's happy on this one, as was the other 3. So that all looks good. Cylinder bore is totally untouched. When it breaks that piece of piston like that, the cylinder bore don't know it, the block don't know it. It's the piston knows it and the oil knows it because the oil goes past it, but the block doesn't know, it doesn't care. So
I wonder what the oil thinks about it.
Thinks, oh, I'm freedom. You know, it's like getting out of the engine, and it's going, I'm gonna get all over the side of Alan's car, all the way down the freaking trailer. It's all cleaned up now. It was disgusting before.
I know.
So
photo.
we got this is a multi-man mission right here. This is a tapered ring installer. So I'm upper management, so I'm up here, not on my back. You like that? So we just need to get the crank in the right position for the rod to go in there, so you can see it down there. Clear. Right there. That way it's an easy spot to get in, and I can then grab the piston, aim it in the right direction. And then Dave is grabbing it, making sure it's square. I hand down the cap and bearing. Now the bearings are perfect in it, as they are almost all the time. Look great, so I didn't even bother putting bearings in it because that's a waste of time. They look like brand new. So I'm going to just give this a little gentle tapping. Ready?
Ready.
And I mean gentle. Take my installer away. And then tap it the rest of the way down. Nice and slow so Dave can catch it and make sure that it doesn't ding anything. Doesn't hit anything on the way down. And as it goes onto the crankshaft, right here, right there, hear that? So that's in there, and then he'll put the cap on it. And so I've had all 4 of these pistons and rods out. Bearings are perfect. The other 3 pistons are perfect, and 1 broken piston. So that is exactly what it does. And now we're gonna put the head gasket on, head on, and we're just gonna. Well, actually, first we probably gotta torque up the box rods. That would be really helpful. I was actually hoping Alan would come down and do it, because otherwise I'm gonna have to get down there and do it. That was nice.
That was my.
Good. How you good?
Okay. Need a hand.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got this.
we don't have the O-rings in it.
There's a long and a short.
And there you go. So I'm gonna torque this up, put the head studs in it, torque it all up. This is all O-ringed up, and FYI, that's actually has a there's a 2-degree angle on the intake, which actually makes the cylinder head be able to, because you can't do it 90-90 because it just tries to shear off. So the intake manifold is actually like this, and the cylinder head is like this, so it goes like that by 2 degrees. And we'll just put this together, and that's it. Easy squeezy.
Yeah.
Should be running in, I don't know, probably an hour.
Running 6s in an hour.
Running 6s at 12.
Treads flexible.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, bro?
Dude, you're killing it this week.
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Yeah, it's because you guys build the best engines in the world.
Yeah, you know, we
Look at
try.
this beautiful mom.
I finally get to meet her.
Yes, this is my daughter Elena.
It's nice. I hear all about you, so he's very proud of you. Good.
No, don't tell her that, then she'll start being nice.
Every time I see you.
Yeah, she's so mean. She makes me cry.
He looks good here. 745 at 196 round.
So he lifted out there. But it is what it is. It's still okay passing. He's still at first. Yeah, still first. Alrighty, so now that Alan has made his pass and turned in his time ticket, now I can touch the car. So after he turns in a ticket, that means he's done for the event, for the day, and anybody can basically come in and work on a car, touch it, whatever. So I'm over here looking at his data log stuff, and I know you can't see it because of the reflection on the screen, but the god darn boost is just, it is following the RPM line, which is really weird. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'll have to see if I can maybe take a look at it later and try figuring it out. But
It was a decent pass. I just wanted to go A to B, make sure everything was okay. It still keeps him in first place, which is what he wants, and that's about it. So it's all pretty good. He went 6s. We're gonna try to just duplicating that pass tomorrow, and then letter E is what we're gonna do. And maybe we can go faster than that 698, because that is so astronomically fast. It's for something like this, it's hard to imagine. But anyways, it's all good. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. Alrighty, so we're here at Byron Dragway, and last night we did this really super cool tour, private tour of Snap-on Tools World Headquarters. That video is going to be coming up, and it is something that it's not something, it's really interesting, the tool history and what they made, how they did it, who did it, and why. It's really neat. And we're going to do over some stuff on how actual stuff is made, which is really neat. Anyways, so we're here in the last day. We're going to go check in on Alan and see where they're at. They're over there. Deal Brothers, and just kind of check in on everybody. And as I'm driving here today, I reached that magic pinnacle moment where it's like, I wish I would have brought my car. So, but I really enjoy this whole drag and drive community. I mean, you guys are really cool, and I like to see. There's something that it's almost like comforting, soothing. I don't know the exact word for it. If I see these cars, they're like these drag and drive cars. They're at the gas station. They're driving down the road. You fall in behind them, and it's just kind of like if you're in with your people or something. I'm not exactly sure how to. It's just like, it's just nice. Well, and here comes Deal Brothers right there, and it's running. Let's go check in with some people, and you're at 6 Summer 2024. Probably should have came. But hey, it is what it is. Especially when the car is really good right now. But it is what it is. I did at least get some more work done at the shop before. If I would have just done this whole deal, I would have been way out. So even though I had to come here and help out Garrett, which turned into crud, I wish it was different. I feel bad for Garrett. That's sorry. I wish things are different there. So, anyways, let's just go over and we'll start checking out people. We're gonna go up there and watch Alan run, watch all the guys run, and help where I can help when I can and where I can, and what I'm allowed to do. Alrighty, we're over here with Alan and Elena.
I know they have Mike Turner on board. I'm not sure if they've adopted anybody else.
Here's Elena, in case you were wondering. That's not Elena.
Close. Elena, Alan.
Yeah. So what do you got going on? All ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
We're just final day 5. We've made it. Had a few things kind of try to bite at us, but that's okay. It's just challenges, and it's kind of neat when you get to the top of the mountain. The view's a whole lot nicer than just standing at the bottom thinking you're coasting.
So you're winning right now.
Yeah, we're in first place.
First place right now by what? By like a long shot, right?
I have no idea. I've not looked at it.
Right, it's probably by about a second or so.
Yeah, we're like 7:32. They're at 8:50.
Yeah, and unfortunately Tony is gone. He broke, so second place is gone. So all the way back to third. But yeah. So anyways,
had a little boost problem and changed a few things. So we're gonna hope that cleans it up so it doesn't give us any trouble from there, and mainly just go out and just try to get down pass and get data from it. Go from there. I'd like to make a pass after this, to be honest with you.
Yes. So if it goes out and makes a good clean pass, any kind of pass, to tell you the truth, that'll win. Check out, he's all good, and then I can jump in on the car, and then we can try to go faster, see if we can get it to go back in the 6s, and hopefully everything will be okay, and Lord willing.
Lord willing, we'll have fun and get down track. I mean,
yep.
It's been, everything's, really the little trouble we have is just, it's part of racing. It's just, you take a 4,000-pound car and a big engine, and I think the other thing too is, I heard things when I leave in second gear when the track was real bad, and when you got to really, I had a 210 what was it, 210, 148. So if the track was bad at 4,200 pounds, I would leave in second gear. So I'd lug the engine, and you know,
It's a lot of lugging.
and that hurts a piston. So I've damaged these things
When did
for a
you
while.
do that?
Oh, until I had Rossler change the gear ratio.
Oh, okay.
So now we're at a different gear ratio first year. So we cut ratio out, but you know, all the bragging rights, I was leaving in second gear.
Ah, okay. Didn't know that. All right. So, all right. I think we're good here. Just waiting. Probably got another half hour or so to go, and then wrap this thing up.
Thank you for
Lord willing.
Yes, sir.
All right. It looked like he lifted, but that gets him to win the event. Now we'll come back and look at it. But it looked like he lifted out there. It's driving to the right just a little bit. Winner, chicken dinner. Let's just call it winner. There you go. But I can't look. That thing was hooked up and bucking. What is 60 foot?
It's slipped as hard. It is spun.
Did it spin?
Oh, yeah.
It still went at 120.
It got out when the power come in, and I lost the tire and pedaled it.
Battled it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you take some power out of it.
No, we're not.
We'll figure out how to get through that little spot.
Yeah, get that little thing.
Man, we could probably make it here. We might be able to make it go a teeny. 60 foot there.
Yeah.
It was hooked up and going good. It looked nice.
It's like it's a gear change when it lost the tire.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Now we can download it and we can look at it.
I gotta go turn this in real
Yep.
quick.
He's gonna turn that in. That makes it a win. Pedaling 738 pass. Spinning and pedaling.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Pedaled it a long time.
Oh, 122. Yeah, 122. Yeah, we can get it. Yeah. Got 333. Yeah. Nice. Good job.
Steve Morris power. Steve Morrison. SMX, baby. Love it. Wheels off that thing. Throw the wheels off that thing, man.
Alrighty, so you saw Alan won the deal. We did a little bit of tune-up adjustment. So FYI, we like to learn something every time out here. Is that when it went out all that distance, it's what's nice about having data logger stuff. Now I can look at it and go, well, it knocked the tire off out there. I can make it go down the track probably by killing some power right there. But in looking at data, what it did is it fully topped out and extended the front shock and the rear shock both at the same time and made the shift. So it could not have gotten any worse. So once it starts topping out the rear shock, then it starts unloading and making it spin just slightly. It just gets a little out of control. And then it topped out the front shock right at the same time. It gets a little more out of control, and then it makes a shift and it goes boing, wings up. So we're just gonna lean on it a little bit harder in the front half, tighten up the extension on the rear shock, tighten up the extension on the front because everything's already got max extension, max amount that it will go. So we need to slow it down a little bit so it can hopefully drive all the way through that area. So anyways, that's what we're gonna do next. But I think we're gonna wrap up this video. So it might run, if it does something great, we'll come back in here and I'll show it. But if not, I'm Steve Morris. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, buy some merch, all that happy stuff. And have a great day. And that's it.